Well, yes, he went down hard, and in fact, you'll probably have seen these viral memes that have gone out there with Jean-Simon Desgagnés having almost to hurdle him. He ends up going down as well, but Beamish able to just get back up as if it was nothing and had one of the fastest, most impressive closing 100 meters I've ever seen. That fall happened right after the bell, just going over the barrier at the top of the track in the last lap. And, well, these are the types of conditions that can cause that. Already you see Desgagnés putting his hand on the back of the competitors ahead of him. When it goes slow, look, we've already seen falls in races that don't have barriers. Now you throw into the mix 16 guys going over immovable planks of wood.
Yeah, this looks fairly pedestrian to start this 3,000-meter steeplechase.
And because he has less misses, Corrales had those 2 misses at 595. He's in the silver medal position now. Duplantis has exclusive hold on the gold.
Well, split screen for a while. Kate, you were watching the left, we were watching the right. Bring us up to date on what's been happening in the steeplechase.
Well, they've been running incredibly slowly, 3:04 unofficially for that opening 1,000 meters. And as you can tell, they're all really bunched. Jean-Simon Desgagnés doing a great job of keeping himself in the mix, as he always does. He always sticks his nose in it. I commend him so much for that. He doesn't have the accolades or the times, perhaps, that these other competitors do, but he makes it honest and gives himself the best opportunity every time he runs. He's a 3-time defending Canadian champion and was 8th in 2023, made the Olympic final last year, so he knows he belongs in this group. But it's Saram up front, again, the youngster, only 17 years old, who I'm most impressed with at this point. World U20 champion from last year. And he, of course, is looking to follow in the footsteps of the great Kenyans in this event. Ezekiel Kemboi, 4-time winner of this event. And still tucking himself in the mix there. It is the pride of Japan. Again, wouldn't he love to get on the podium, Miura? He was 7th at the Tokyo Olympics, so he knows how to run well on this track, but he's talked about what a disappointment it was to come to a home Olympics and have the stadium be virtually empty. So this is another great opportunity of redemption for him.
One of the things I always noticed seeing hurdlers on the track is how much they worked on their flexibility. Is it the same for steeplechase runners?
Well, it really depends on the athletes. You'll see a lot of the Kenyans especially kind of doing the little flip kick out to the side. Now, Saram is more of a traditional hurdler, but I think, it depends on how tall you are. As a taller athlete, you can often navigate those barriers a little bit more easily. So I think it really matters athlete by athlete. The thing, of course, that matters most is this water jump. You've got to be able to stay on your feet. And the best steeplers in the world will finish a steeplechase with their shoes as dry as possible because they haven't spent any time. Now, speaking of spending time, right at the back, El Bakkali not at all interested with going with the pace up front. And in fact, I'm a bit surprised to see that he's allowed the field to gap by this much. Again, he's looking for his 5th consecutive global title, and he does have a fast kick. He's one of the fastest kickers in the field, but this is showing a lot of confidence and trust in that kick as they start to string out.
But not strung out all that much yet. With just over 1,000 meters to go, and the Canadian Jean-Simon Desgagnés is still sitting there up near the front of the pack. Rupert from Germany.
And we should mention the American, Daniel Michalski. He is the lone American in this race after the Olympic silver medalist, Kenneth Rooks, failed to qualify for the final. So his teammate not here with him, as you see some pushing and shoving on behalf of the American to get himself into good position. He was the silver medalist at the Pan Am Games behind Jean-Simon Desgagnés 2 years ago. Was 2nd at the U.S. Champs this summer, and now he's really interested in making sure that this does not come down to a blistering kicker's race. You can see El Bakkali just starting to ease his way up on the outside. He's so tall. He's always the tallest athlete in the field, so he does a good job of keeping himself out of trouble.
El Bakkali sitting back in about 12th or 13th place, starting to move on the outside a little bit more. Right beside the Japanese athlete, Murai.
Well, and this is a strong move by the American up front. Again, he knows that he doesn't have the same pedigree perhaps as the others and is going from a long, long ways out to try to make this thing honest and fast and take the sting out of the legs of El Bakali. That's the only way that you can beat the four-time defending global champion.
Mikulski ahead of the three Ethiopians. And El Bakali, the Moroccan, starting to move now into 6th place.
There have only ever been 2 men to win 3 titles or more in this event. They are both Kenyan. They are Kiptanui and Kemboi. And El Bakali, 2 world championships to his name, wants to make it a 3rd gold, but he has some work to do.
He certainly does. He's back in about 5th place. Mikulski still in a medal position right now for the U.S. Just a couple of hurdles to go.
But it's the world record holder, Germa, who is in the lead at the moment. He is going for his first global title, 2nd in Doha, 2nd in Tokyo, 2nd in Eugene, 2nd in Budapest.
But here comes El Bakali, and here comes Mura from Japan. He's moved into a medal position. Germa trying to hold on. And El Bakali is in the lead. He's ahead of the world record holder. The battle is still for the medals behind him. Here comes the move from Beamish from New Zealand. He is bursting now into the silver medal position. Can he chase down the gold? Here comes Beamish. Here he comes. And he's got the gold for New Zealand over the perennial world champion El Bakali. Oh my goodness.